Hello there guys. So in this video I'm going to teach you how to set up Flutter in Windows. If you're using Flutter for the first time, you're going to have to download a few things and IDE and set up a few things on your end on your Windows device in order to run the Flutter code that you have, and you are good to go with everything. First, let's try with downloading Flutter. So let's type in Flutter download and click on the first link that appears. So as we're going to set up the Flutter for Windows in this video, so we are going to continue with this option. We're going to continue with Android, and these are some of the minimum requirements that Flutter needs, but I am assuming that you have already been through some hardware changes and you have all these minimum specs available at your hands. So we'll just start by downloading Flutter. So let's scroll down and click on this tab, download and install, and click on this button right here. And let's wait for it to be downloaded. Alright, so once downloaded, let's go and check out. So it's downloaded in my E folder. So what you're gonna do now is we are going to unzip this file in a directory where you think that it's accessible to you easily. So for me, the directory or volume would be E. So I'm going to unzip it right here. Extract files. And let's just wait for it to be extracted. So while the Flutter is being extracted, we should go and download Android Studio as well. So let's type in download Android Studio and click on the first link and just click on this, accept the terms and conditions, and click on this. So I've already downloaded the Android Studio in my system previously, so I'm not going to download it right now, but you have to download it. And Android Studio is going to act as an IDE for Flutter, so you're going to code in this application Android Studio. You're going to write all the codes in the Android Studio IDE, and this IDE is going to render the application on the devices, and it's going to build up the code, and you're going to use the Android Studio throughout your professional career. So as you can see, we have extracted the Flutter folder. So we will click on the Flutter folder and we will keep on clicking until we reach a folder named bin inside this Flutter folder. So once we have reached the bin folder, we are going to copy this path and we are gonna go and search env in our system, and we are going to click on this, edit the system environment variables. We're going to click on environment variables, and then we'll click on the path right here and click on edit. So this is the old path that I have already set up in my system, but for this video I'm going to change it to the latest path that I have just copied, and we're going to click on new and just paste the path right here. I'm going to delete this path, but you don't have to delete anything. You just have to create a new path and just paste it right here. Then we'll click OK, and again OK and OK here as well. Then we'll go to command prompt. We will type in CMD in our search bar and we will press enter, and we will type here Flutter doctor. So this command, what it will do is it will make sure that Flutter is installed as it should be in your system, and it's going to show you the version that you have installed and what else should be there that needs to be installed. So let's just check on this. Right. So the Flutter Doctor gave us an output that the Flutter version is 3.29, and these are a few things that are not installed in yet. So as we're going to go with the Android Studio, we don't need to do the VS Code version or VS Code errors right here. But if you are going to use the Visual Studio Code or VS Code, you will have to just download the VS Code. You will have to um, install the extensions for the VS Code for Flutter, and you're good to go. So we'll just close this, and I'm hoping that you have installed the Android Studio by now. So we downloaded the Android Studio. We are going to have to install it. As I've told you, I've already installed it. So I'm just going to open the Android Studio. So after the installation and a few downloads, this window of Android Studio will pop up. So you have to go into the plugins and you have to search, click on the marketplace and search for Flutter. The first item that will pop up is the official Flutter plugin that we are going to install into Android Studio. So we will click on install. So once the Flutter is installed into our Android Studio, we are going to restart the IDE. The latest window that you'll see, you will also see an option of new Flutter project right here. So just click on it, name this as let's click on Flutter and give it the path. So sometimes it will pick on the path that you have entered into the environment variable, but if it doesn't, you don't have to worry. You just click on this and go into the folder that you have downloaded it on and click on Flutter right here. So this is the root folder. Click on it and click next. Give the project a name. So let's give it a name as YouTube and just click on create. What the Android Studio is doing right now, it's creating a base project for us, a base Flutter project, which will be a counter app that Flutter provide us as a boilerplate app. So this is the base app that we have, and we can just start making changes into that app, and we can change it to as we like. So this is the readme file. Let's close it and let's make it bigger. So this is the root folder or the base project of our application. So this is a counter app. The main file will be present in the lib folder right here, and this is the code of the base project. So what we're going to do is we just to make sure that everything is set up as it should be, we're going to click on the no device selected and click on Chrome. So to test out everything, we will just run our application on Chrome and we will make sure that Flutter is set up correctly. So we will click on the run main.dart right here and it will start running the project. So for later stages, what you're going to do is you are going to create an emulator if you don't have a real device with you. So you will click on this device manager. So I'll show you how to create an emulator. So this is the application that Flutter provides us in the base as a base application. So this is the code that is written right here, and it ran on Chrome, and we can click on this button. So basically this is just to show you that the Flutter is set up correctly. So we'll close the Chrome and we will click on device manager, the option right here, and we will click on this and create a virtual device. So this virtual device is the emulator that I was just talking about, and it will help you create the applications on a mobile device if you don't have an Android device available with you while you're running the application or you're testing out a few features. So it will help us emulate a simulated scenario or simulated device, and it will show us how our application will look on any device that you can use on the later on stages. So we have a few options available, and we'll go with the Pixel 9 Pro XL. We will click on next. We will check the Android version which we are going to use. So for now we will go with the Android 15. We'll click on next and we will click on finish. So once the emulator is created, you can just click on this play button and the emulator will start on its own. So it will take a few minutes to start, but it will start right here, and then you can select the emulator from here, and the option to select the emulator will appear here. So let's wait for the emulator to connect. Alright, so the emulator is started, and as you can see it is just another mobile device, but it's not physically present in your hand, but you can test the applications on this device as well. So let's click on this, and as you can see there is the option of Pixel 9 Pro right here. Click on it and click the run button again. So we can check if the application is running on the mobile device and how it looks on the mobile emulator that we have installed just now. Alright, so it took a bit more time. So when you're installing the application for the very first time, it needs to install a few things. So it to install like CMake and NDK and things like that. So these are the essentials for the app to be installed or to Flutter to run on a device. So once it's installed, it will just keep on working for the next applications that you're going to build. So it won't take this much time again, but the first time you will have to be patient and you'll have to like take let the Android Studio take its course. So this is the application that the Flutter provides us as a base application, and it's been run on a emulator device. All right, so that's it. Thank you so much for your time.